Alright, so now we're gonna learn about how to do subqueries using SQL. This is extremely powerful in SQL. Once you learn how to do the subqueries, you will be able to do a lot of complex and important tasks using SQL. So what is a subquery? It is like you have different queries that are nested to each other, that as you have one query embedded in the other query. So in the normal situations, in the previous tutorials, we had only one query, one statement that is querying our data, for example, the customers. But with the subqueries, you will have different queries that are depending to each other. For example, we have here query number 1 that asking the data from the table customers and then present the results. Then we will have another query number 2, that is depending on the results and making, let's say, another select statements. With that, we're gonna call the query number 1 as a subquery. So this will be the basis for the next query that we have. So with that, you could do really nested queries, not only 2, maybe 3, 4, and so on. So with that, you could do nested queries and not only one. All right, so now we're gonna learn how to do subqueries using SQL. And for that, we have two options. Either we're gonna use the operator in or exists. So now we're gonna focus on the operator in order to solve the following tasks. So the following task says, find all orders that are placed from customers with a score higher than 500, but using the customer ID. So let's try to solve that. So that means we're gonna focus on both of the tables, orders and customers. And since at the end result, we should present all the orders, I'm gonna start with that query first. So we're gonna say select star from orders. So as you can see, we have now all the orders, but the task says it should contains only the customers that has higher than 500 as a score. So that means I need to find out which customer's ID over here has a score higher than 500. In order to do that, we need to check another table. So select star from customers. And now we need to put the filter that we need. So where score is higher than 500. So let's run this. You could run this separately if you highlight it and then execute. So with that, we know that, okay, customer ID 2 and 3 are the customers with the score higher than 500. So I could go back to my original query and make this filter. So I'm gonna say where customer ID, I would say in 2 and 3. So with that, with this filter, I'm saying, okay, those customers had a higher score than 500. So let's run only the order parts and check the results. Now I have the orders for those customers. And with that, I solve the query. And now comes the but. This is really bad to do because it has two problems. First of all, I went to another table, I found out those IDs manually. So it was like, we can do it with small table, but imagine if you have like big table with a lot of IDs. So you need to get them extra in the next query. And sometimes it is almost impossible. So with this small example, it is okay, but with big tables, this is impossible to do. Second problem is that once you are having changing data, for example, we are getting more customers, we are getting more orders. That means each time like I'm getting new data in my tables, I'm gonna go and check the query over here and like adjust our query. This is not dynamic, so this is really bad. So instead of that, we're gonna do small trick that's gonna solve everything and make our life easier with the subqueries. So instead of having those static numbers in the filter over here, I'm gonna remove them. And instead of that, I'm gonna say this query gonna be my subquery and this over here gonna be my main query. So the results that I'm getting over here, let's check that again. So the results that I'm getting over here, it's gonna be like feeding the other query. So for that, what I need is really to have 2 and 3. I just need the customer ID, so I don't need all those columns. So instead of the star, I'm gonna say customer ID. Let's run this again. And as you can see, we have now 2 and 3. So it doesn't matter how many like new customers I'm gonna get, I'm gonna always have a full and right list for the next query. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna like cut it and paste it over here. I'm just gonna put it in a new line so it looks much better. So with that, I embedded one query in the next one. So this is the subquery. It has always those open brackets and close brackets. With that, I'm indicating for SQL, we have here a subquery and here we have the main query. So let's run this and check the results. So as you can see, I got exactly those orders from the customers whose score is higher than 500. And now we could have new orders, new customers. I don't have to deal with that. Always my query will solve my problem and I don't have to add all those IDs in the in. Instead of that, we're gonna have it very dynamically and very powerful. So this is much better solution than having like static IDs inside the in statements, and we are very dynamically. If you like just go through that and do more nested queries and so on, you will be able to solve a lot of complex and important tasks using SQL. All right, so now we're gonna try to solve the same tasks using exists. Exists is a little bit different than in, like both of them you're gonna get the same result, but with exists, you're gonna get better performance if you're having like big tables. So if you're having big tables and you are suffering with performance from the in operator, you could start using the exist and to check whether you will have better performance. So we tend to use exist more than in if you are facing performance problems, but it is a little bit more complicated than the exist because there is no clear separations between the query 1 and query 2 or the subquery and main query. So let's see how we're gonna do that using exist. I'm gonna open a new tab. So we will have the same setup. So select star from orders, but now we're gonna have some like aliases because it is something like joins. So I'm gonna have the name O as alias for the orders. And now we're gonna type the filter. So where, then after that, we're gonna type exactly the exists statements. Where exists, then we will have the subquery. So now we're gonna write the subquery. So we're gonna select, and now here we could write anything as columns. So the exist will not depend on the selected columns over here. So you could write anything like customer ID or star or anything you want. We tend in SQL to write just one. So because we don't care about that, just to make sure that the result from the SQL subquery, it is not important. It is like the join. So select one from customers. I will give it a name, C. Now we need to add the filter, and here it is exactly like you are doing the joins. So C customer ID equals to orders customer ID. So as I said, it's like a join. And after that, we have another filter on the customers, and is that we need the score to be higher than 500. So with that, we have over here our subquery. It looks a little bit like complicated compared to the in. So here we have like some kind of like inner join. I cannot run this part of SQL. I will get an error because I have such a kind of like those conversion between the IDs. So in order to get the result, I need to run the whole thing. So let's see and run this. You can see I got exactly the same results. So exist and in will give you the same results. I tend to use in like when it is like, let's say small tables and so on. But once I have bad performance, I will switch to exist. And yeah, so it's up to you which one you're gonna use. But both of them are doing the subqueries and doing this dynamic in SQL.
Alright guys, so that's all for this chapter. We have learned some advanced topics in SQL, and next we will start learning how to modify our data inside our SQL tables. And we will start with the insert statement. And in the video description you will find a link to free SQL materials like the database and the data of this tutorial, the SQL sheet, and as well all the presentations. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye.